This is where time punished me greatly, you guys, because 2700 Blitz, good luck. I'm going to be attempting to explain every one of my moves. So yeah, good luck to my opponent. So e4, e5. Knight f3 is common, either getting into an Italian or a relopez or a Scotch or a no, not a Danish, but a Scotch. So there it is, Scotch game. With the gambit variation, I believe. So here bishop c4, and they're not taking back the pawn immediately. If I go, say, knight f6, there's e5, attacking my knight, but I can strike this other bishop with d5. Now this pawn can up-a-saw me, and I would take back with my bishop. Or, this pawn can take mine, I take the bishop here. They take, and I take with the bishop. Also on knight f6, there's knight g5. So a lot of preventing, right? Looking at what's coming to you. Very important. I don't like knight g5 because then it forces, maybe I have knight e5 here, defending on f7 here and attacking this bishop. That's also possible. Let's go knight f6 then. This goes into the Italian two knights. My opponent castles immediately. Yeah, this is tough. This is very tricky, actually. If I develop with bishop e7, you guys, there's e5. And now our d5 idea does not work. Because white takes my knight first, and when I take this bishop, they take my bishop. And they'd be left with a piece up. So I have to not develop the bishop then. And we're going to play d6, taking up this e5 square. And against knight g5 things, we have knight e5 things. Okay. So this is the Janowski defense, named after the great David Janowski. In the YouTube video, I'll put the face and name of Dawid. I think in Poland he was named Dawid Janowski. So we're going to go bishop e7, developing the bishop and castling soon. Now, I know that this might double my pawns, but I'm okay with it. It opens the b file for me, and I convert, or I swift one of my pawns towards the center, migrate one of my pawns towards the center, which is nice. Okay, knight takes c6, I'll just take back. h3 usually alerts that they're taking up this g4 square, which becomes weak after f4 things. After f4 things, the king is open, and so they prevent knight g4, which means that h3 is literally a clue that white is about to play f4. What do I do? f4 is coming. Do I have this? On knight takes, if knight takes back, we have d5 fork. This becomes ugly though after knight d2. I take this bishop, and then knight takes, and I have double isolated pawns, which is not too good. I could play bishop e6, but after bishop takes, f takes, something like e5 explodes everything. Although I like knight d5 here. Something like bishop e7 is extremely passive, but strives for d5. And d5 would undouble my pawns, which would be amazing. In the short run, though, bishop b5, I don't know what white would have here. Bishop e7, sorry. Bishop e7, I don't know what white would have here. What do they have to stop d5? They have f4, and then on d5, e5 does not work. Or does it? I win a pawn, but I have triple isolated pawns here, which is weird. I'm sure bishop e7 is not too good. But what can white do at the same time to defend against this d5 push? We're going to go for the passive bishop b7. In the game review, I know this will be shown as a mistake because the bishop is just passive for now. And it's a bad move on paper. And you see the bishop goes to d3. Very interesting because now after d5, white is threatening to do e5. This is because the bishop won't be on c4 anymore. So this attacks my knight. How are they at 1300? So they're a FIDE Master, but they just don't play rapid. So their rating is not accurate. They're really at 2700 Blitz, which is strong. Okay, so bishop d3. As I was saying, on d5, there's e5. And now the tempo is reversed because I don't attack this bishop here. So attacking my knight, I would go back to d7 or e8. And then this would be, so let's say d5, e5, knight d7, f4 defends this pawn that I was attacking with my knight. Following? d5, e5, knight d7, f4. Here, white has a small attack with their pawns. And they have something huge coming on with queen h5, connecting with this bishop. It's quite interesting. What's up, Ilarion? How you doing? d5, knight e5. e5. d5, e5, knight d7, f4. I like knight c5 directly spiking this bishop. Bishop f5. Bishop f5. Thank you so much for the follows. I appreciate it, Ilarion and Tursoon. Appreciate it, you guys. d5, e5, knight here, f4, knight c5, bishop f5. Okay, let's go for it. It's adventurous. We like that. We like that. No Strat and Nukes. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the follow. And I am Harsh Vashish. Thanks for the follow as well. Do you think you can get the IM? Well, for now, I'm not even titled, so I won't even think about the IM. It will be just far in my cranium. So we push d5. I'm really expecting e5 here. On takes, this would just make my position better. I'm also eating spaghetti while this segment is going on because I need to eat. Okay, e5. As planned, knight d7. A lot of anticipation. As you can see, I already anticipated these moves. And as we saw, I really like knight c5. This pressures this bishop on its very nice diagonal. Although I probably had bishop c5 check. Bishop c5 check with queen h4 would have not been bad, taking a lot of space. And going upon an area of the board where white doesn't have many defenders to kick off my queen. There's probably some queen e1 things there. I'm down to 10 minutes left. So after 12 moves, I've taken up a third of my time. You guys, my time consumption is way worse in a tournament. Okay, f5. Usually this threatens f6. Better than e6. e6 is not that good in my opinion. Now it loses a pawn, but not only that, let's say excluding this knight. e6, respond by f6, and the blow is pretty much mitigated. Or we just take this, and this pawn on e6 is weak. f6, on the other hand, opens up my king and creates a weakness. Also, by decoying my pawn off of g7, you open up this h6 square for this bishop and create mating threats with the queen g4, queen g7 here. So I'm going to take this bishop. This is a tempo move, so it forces white to react, and they can't play any of the goodies that they're threatening. Bishop c5 is answered by d4, which is really interesting that they took with the pawn. Nevertheless, I'm inclined to play f6 here. I just don't trust any f6 by them. It's f6 to prevent f6. If f6 here, e6, they have a protected pass pawn, we call this. It's very strong. But until they can pierce my defense, I don't see how this converts easily for white. On the other hand, f6 takes, bishop h6. And this directly threatens mate in 2. It gets very scary very quick. And this also attacks my rook. So I'm just going to go for f6. Now, Benjamin Feingold, the grandmaster, says never play f6. But I feel like this is a dire situation in which you play f6. Give this very valuable pawn on e6. This is probably a mistake, this f6. If we go back to the analysis, it will probably be a mistake, because I'm giving a very nice pawn for white, and also like queen h5 things, queen e8, in exchange for counterattack. So I'm going c5 here, and we're taking up a lot of this center. A lot of these center squares are now taken up by me, which is very nice. Also, we have maintained the bishop pairs through all of this, which is nice. Queen g4 comes with a very nice threat, bishop h6, and then I would be losing. Which is why I'm inclined to play something like this, but then rook f3. Rook f3 threatens something like this. I feel like king h8 is best. Let's calculate. King h8, bishop h6 does do nothing. Rook f3. Yeah, king h8 for prevention. It really defends against bishop h6 super well. Kind of erases that threat. But yeah, this rook lift is definitely not negligible. For sure, this will be a paid actor in the near future. Okay, bishop d2, connecting these rooks. More than that? I don't think there's much more to this move than that. Slow move. I think white will go for the method of slowly building up an attack or something like this. Not exactly this way, because I would have this fork. I'm inclined to do... Okay, that was for something last week. Never mind that. I'm inclined to do bishop a6, attacking this weakness that is pinned also. So I'm not seeing much after like rook f3 though. White defends this super effectively and just builds their attack at the same time, which I don't want. d4 is a good option, attacking this knight, but then knight e4, and this knight is somehow better placed than a move ago. d4, knight here, if bishop takes, I like queen takes. Queen d6 is another option, but my queen just gets refused at the border with bishop f4. I could go queen b6 or queen c6. To not much avail, though. Okay, so I could go rook b8, which is what I'm going to choose because I've taken up a minute and a half on this move. Rook b8, just putting the rook on a semi-open file, probably attacking a weakness in the future. b3, defending a weakness, defending a threat before the threat happens. This is called prophylaxis, by the way. I'm inclined to play bishop a6. Bishop a6. I'm thinking of bishop d6, you guys. I think it's met with bishop f4, and white would really like to trade off this bishop against my bishop that was guarding this pawn. I don't think that's the best recourse. But the plan is sensational, going on this. Also, things with sacrificing a pawn are interesting. Let's just go like this. I have so low time that we just need to go. My opponent has almost all their time left, so we must move. I would love to play an hour game one day and just break down every single thing I do. And that would be the best. Okay, queen f3. Maybe making space for some g4, g5 things. But also, most importantly, attacking this. Let's do c4, open it up. I really need to start moving quickly. A 40-second turn is 10% of my time. So we can't do those. We can't do those. I do get incrementation, which is added time of 10 seconds after every move. So here I'm making a very interesting push. My idea is to drill down this file and kind of target this bishop on d2 through this x-ray of pieces. What's up, Uday? How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. I'm playing a very strong player and giving every single thought process of the way through. So c4 is meant to open up this position for the black pieces, create some counterplay. Although maybe this is not too good because, well, theory would argue that I don't want to open up this position on already a weakness that lies on e6. I'm also sacking a pawn, right? Two ways. So they can take with the queen, they can take with the knight. The idea here is that I would take d3 and myself would get a passed pawn. I also have ideas with bishop c5 check, if ever that's something I would like to do. My opponent has many possibilities to explore. Takes, 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 or even just this. This I don't think would be too good because I have a discovered attack on the rook. So this is, I've created the longest turn in my opponent's history, which is good. Every variation seemed fine, but some are tougher than others. For example, a variation on which I have opened up a bishop on this b4 square is not too good. Thankfully, I have a rook on b4, but let's say a3 plans with this, you know, after a knight trades off my bishop, this would be quite in need of defense. See, as I do a lot of thinking on my opponent's turn. That's one of the big keys to being very good at processing information, new and old, is to look at opponent's threats. So my opponent just took and played rook d1. Okay. So I don't like any of these potential discoveries this bishop has on my queen. So we're gonna move the queen in advance. Or maybe not. I like queen d3. Queen d3 takes, knight d5. How about check? No bishop here. Let's do this. Let's get an active queen going. Chat wants me to move. Move, brat, move. I got you. The queen on d4, there's no discoveries. Ah, there is. There's no discovery this way. Okay, bishop here attacks this. I'm not seeing many discoveries with this bishop that I love for white. That's a good sign. I think bishop f4 is their next move, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna go queen c5 here. If I take, rook takes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lose a pawn there. Okay, we're gonna go queen here. And now this is pretty nice. I'm still attacking this queen. And we're taking up d5. The problem with queen b6 I didn't like was knight d5 there. That attacked my queen and stopped this bishop attacking this queen. But here we get a wraps on d5, and knight d5 doesn't come with attacks on b6. Plus our queen is just better centered, defending c7, as well as when the queen would be on b6. We are down to 3 minutes. It's scary stuff, you guys. Scary stuff. I'm really looking at white's defensive moves here. What does white have? Where are white's possibilities? I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. And there's a couple of threats you need to be aware of, you know? Okay, queen g3 here. I really dislike this move for white because I can do this. Oh, white have, look at this. This. If takes, there's rook here. I'm pretty sure this wins. Wow. No, I can take this. Okay. Clear example of me just calculating one line and this possibly being some tunnel vision. But I really like queen takes f5. There's nothing here on b3 because I'm not attacking this knight. This queen move does defend this knight effectively. So I'm going to try to attack the really good structure that white have here. this is the obvious move, or this is also an obvious move. What is chat saying? Did not get a chance to look. Rookie 1. Played immediately. No, not played immediately. Took some time. White is taking some time on their last moves, which is good. It's a good sign for me. C7 still being threatened. I like bishop b4 a lot. So it pins this knight to this rook and opens up the floodgates for pressuring of this pawn on e6. My queen is relatively safe, although it's in the center and it could be easily attacked. I think it can't be attacked right now, which is good. So I'm letting in this. Go rook e8. Again, I'm just not defending this. I'm expecting to basically lose the pawn. It's pretty messy. It's a pretty messy position. I just need to play very quick here. I'm looking at little lines. Bishop takes c7. I'll go here. I just thought how good a rook would be on this file. Thankfully, a rook cannot go on this file yet, which is really nice. I would take here. I would take here. If rook here, I take here. Queen takes, and I win a piece. If rook here, I take here, and I take up d7. A rook on d7 would threaten basically this with really good chances of winning. Played immediately. What happens when you're low time and you already know how to play against one of your opponent's threats is that you save time, and now you can take the time against your opponent to try to find their next move. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. This is a huge blunder. No? Queen takes? Okay. I thought this was a huge blunder. Maybe not. So I can take this pawn for free. Minimum, I can take this pawn. Takes king here. I like this a lot. I like takes here. Ooh, wait, this is a bit sketchy here. I liked this. And queen takes, rook takes. But then there's e7. I like it. I like it. It's very risky again, because if I didn't calculate this right, it's no good. But b takes, and now I can take this knight. If I do resist on this portion of the board, I have 3 pawns against nil on this side. Again, I have a minute 40 left, so I have to play every move within 10 seconds probably to not lose on time, or to not have time affect me. It's very stressful. Okay, we go. Okay, this is interesting. Take back on b3. If I take e7, king g8. We're taking it. Okay, rook c7. Rook b5, rook d8. To gain some time. Okay, rook d7, very interesting. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I think I have this. I have this to save h7. But we're 2 pawns up. It's very wacky, though. I just want to say it's very wacky here. I need to play quick. I need to play quick. That's the number one. If I can trade a pair of rooks off, that would mean the world to me. That doesn't come for free though. If I trade a pair of rooks off, the pressure on this king will be lesser. Throw in a check. No, wait, what? Oh no, wait. No, wait, I'm losing? Oh no. Wait, I did not just do that. That's crazy. I did not just do that. This is losing. It's completely losing. That's a super big L. Just wanted to gain some time. Yeah, if rook here. Nah, I just lose. Even if I move my rook away, it's mate. Wow. I played the whole game so well. It is what it is. What's my best chance here? I think I have to do this. 2 pawns against a rook. My king's on the 8th file. It's completely losing. Yeah, no, this is my king's pinned to the end. I can't believe that. And GG's to my opponent, though. Let's be honest. This is at least a draw. Can't believe it. My opponent played super well here, though. Super well. Like in an endgame that's completely winning for me. A5. You don't say. H5 here. This is where time punished me greatly, you guys, because in a position where I would have more time here, I would be able to know better White's plans. So plans to go blundered like crazy at the end. Okay. So yeah, E4, E5. This is all theory. Good. Good. I played theory. I played a ton of theory. 7 moves. Okay, so they take on C6. I take back. This is small advantage for White. H3. We go bishop B7. Bishop B7 is okay, actually. Wow. Bishop B7 is okay. It's the second best move. Knight D7 is the best move. What happens on knight D7? F4. Bishop F6. Bishop F6. Rook B8. These are all moves that are doable in this position. Okay, so I take here bishop B7, bishop D3. Inaccuracy. I go D5, which is a mistake. It lets in E5, but that's just the cream of the crop, you guys. Knight C5, inaccuracy. I should have played F's, a G6. What a weakening move. Damn. Really weakening move. Okay, so F5 here. I took on D3. Thank you so much for the follows, you guys. I appreciate it. It's Santoshi. I appreciate you. And Ikvabees. I appreciate you. Hi. Which time control on chess.com is the best for improvement? The longer the better, in my opinion, Jordy. The longer the better. Okay. So F6. F6 is... What is F6? F6 is it's an okay move. King H8 is the best. Okay. Just doing nothing. King H8 on F6, what happens? Because I was very scared of F6, I remember in the game. Takes, E takes, bishop takes. And bishop e3. Doesn't just give a fork? What happens here? Knight e4. And I can't take because the knight takes f6. Yeah, not my style. I would not play like that. The king is too exposed for me. Queen g4. King h8 is not bad. Bishop d2. I go rook b8. Inaccuracy. Rook b8 is that bad, eh? g6. I have to play g6 or rook g8 here. These are two moves I would have never considered. g6 looks terrible. Rook g8 breeds for this type of sack on h7 with mate here. Bishop a6, queen f3, c4, dc, dc. This is looking up for me, actually. This is improvement on the position. Queen d4, I find. I'm glad I found it. This is the top engine move at this time. And then bishop b7. Best response is queen g4. Interesting. Proposing a queen trade. My opponent played a really bad move then. Yes. And now I find queen c5. Only move. Queen g3. I take on f5. Not bad. This is equal now. And now this is winning. A g5. Wow. g5. You guys, I really never defended c7. But this is saying, like, please take c7. It's crazy. I played bishop b4, rook c1, rook e8, and now takes. Rook bc8, best move, and this is -2. So taking here is actually a trap. It's really not a good move. It's a mistake. Bishop d6, and now I take the bishop. Queen takes. And cb3. Before anything else, before queen takes here. I played too fast. C takes b is a level better. If you take back, I go queen takes h3, queen h2, rook takes c3. This happened in the game. Oh no, rook takes c3 here. And the difference is we have check and rook g3, and we keep the weakness on the board. Sashaj, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. So takes, and I go queen takes h. Oh no, this is still -7. Rook takes. Great. No, this is not what I played. Wait, what did I play? I played something near this. Near this, way not as good. Because here I don't have the time to take here because they take on my queen. So I take on g2. Take on g2 is not the best. Queen g4 was best. Not taking this pawn. Queen g4 defending this. Oh. Crazy. So here, I take on b3, take on g2. Queen d3 is best. Not taking this knight. What? This knight gets to save itself. Knight e2. B takes a2. Wow. And now this pawn is an actor in black's advantage. So I simplified. Yeah, it seems good, Merles, right? So this, I take on b3, rook c7, and then best move here. Check. This is okay. Yeah, no, this is a pretty big mistake. I'm already defending that g7 square. I just need to liberate my king so that after rook d7, I'm able to take here, and there's no checkmate on h8, on c8. So h5 would have been the big one. Well, this is perfect. It really tells me what I need to learn, right? What I need to work on. What happens on king g3? Oh, I go rook g8. Yeah, rook g8 saves me. Rook g8, and you don't have mate because the rook is pinned. So here, and if you go rook king g1 to take up the h2 square, I have rook g8 as well. So king f3, and now I can defend h7. And this is a draw because the white rooks are so active. And now this is the big mistake. Yeah. And this is over because the rook just cuts my king, and this king will just belly flop around and take my pawns and also mate my king while doing so. So GG's to my opponent. Wow, what a long stream, but I hope it was worth it. Thanks for the stream, Zach. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Sherlock. Yeah, GG's to my opponent. What's up, Spino? Thanks for the happy wishes. I appreciate it. You played very well. Thank you, Axel. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for playing me. Okay, so for those on the YouTube, so everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Unfortunately, a loss. This FM is 2700 in Blitz, so that's their real rating to reference to. But overall, I think I played excellently. I was winning right there until the end game. And the little blunder at the end, I really don't care about because the whole game I got out of tough situations and I played really strong, actually. So it just shows you that Blitz and Rapid, or Blitz and the Classical, are two completely different ball games.